Glastonbury this weekend, folks. Are you looking forward to anybody? Anybody at all? Who? Go on, tell me who. I think there's only one I'm looking forward to. I know that Coldplay aren't that bad. They're not to my taste, but I know they're pretty good live and they've done a couple of good tunes, but they're not one of my bands. The only one I'm looking forward to is old Shania. I can't wait to see Shania. Obviously, I'm of an age now where the legends is where I tend to gravitate to because, I'm of that age myself, but I like Shania, nothing against old Shania. I think she's going to be brilliant. I know she had a problem with her voice over the last 10 years or so since she had the problem with the old Lyme's disease and then problems with the throat. I think it was one after the other, I think she's lost some of the power in her voice. She has to sing them a bit differently. But I'm still expecting her to be very, very good. Certainly got a cracking back catalogue. I can't wait to see her. Don't worry, folks, there'll be reviews on her next week of her and maybe a couple of others. For those that were with the channel from the start, we did a few reviews last year. Most of them weren't complimentary. If you want to go and have a look, go and have a look. I pulled a couple apart, good style. There was two I praised though. Two. I praised two. Might have been three, it was definitely two. One of them I didn't expect to praise, but he surprised me. But I knocked a couple last year, especially a couple of that ilk, the older brigade, who were absolutely crap. But Shania, I think she'll be great. Have you been to Glastonbury, folks? I've never. I've meant to before. I'd like to see the Killers there. I love the Killers, but that's as modern as I get. I don't really like any new music, and I'm not sure it's going to be all it's cracked up to be. You see, folks, when I was a kid, when I were a lad, I were a rocker. You'd never have guessed it, but I were. Although I like loads of other stuff. I'm not your typical blinkered music lover. No, I like lots of stuff then. I like loads of stuff now. But I went to the old Reading Rock Festival, they call it then, 3 years on the bounce, late 70s, early 80s. Loved it. Absolutely loved it. And the problem for me is, I've been many other outdoor concerts since, and none of them match up. None of them come anywhere near close. That was probably the best 4 or 5 days each time I went of my life. Absolutely brilliant. But the setting was fantastic. Everything about it was great. Couple of stages, only 30 or 40,000 people, not hundreds of thousands. You were camped right on the bank of the Thames, right next to the Thames. Absolutely brilliant. Each year the threes went all scorchy over from what I can remember. All lovely. No rain, no nothing. You were allowed to have campfires then. We had the wood out, the fires, we had the lot. And just over the bridge, past the festival, pub on the left, old, was it Jenny? I should know her name. Jenny Hanley, of course it was. Jenny Hanley had her own pub. Her from Magpie, that's it. She wasn't working that day. She didn't serve me when I was in there. No, she wasn't working, but she had the pub there. Crackerjack of a pub. Big old one it was. I loved it. I absolutely loved it. Some of the best times of my life. But, see, the first time I went, I was 16, 17, or maybe 17, 18. I was a young, impressionable lad, and it made an impression on me. Don't worry about that. I seen some bands then at the time I thought they were crap, and I realised since I was wrong, they were great bands, although a couple of them sounded crap. One I'll never forget was the Police. They were terrible live. Absolutely terrible. Years later, fantastic live act, but then, they were poor. They were poor. I went when Roxanne came out, folks. When I hear Roxanne, or Life's Been Good by Joe Walsh, I remember my first year at the Reading Rock Festival. They're the two songs that I remember more than anything else. And whenever I hear them, it takes me back to my youth. It really does. Two Crackerjack songs. Roxanne, you don't have to put on the red light. I've not even got one in here. They're all white in here and whatever else. And Life's Been Good, eh? I have a mansion, forget the price. Cracking song. I liked it. Right, I'll get on and I'll let you think about Glastonbury. Have you been before? Would you like to go? Who have you seen? Who are you looking forward to this weekend? Anybody? Nobody? It's a nobody for me, really, other than probably Shania. No, I'll tell you what. I heard he's on tomorrow about 6, 7 o'clock. I'm going to record him. Is it Paul Heaton? I was never really into him, although he's done some great songs, but I seen something 18 months ago about him. What a fantastic voice. Didn't realise how good he was. And I like this thing about him going around pubs and putting money behind the bar. I like him. He's one of the people. So I'll be listening to him. So Paul Eaton, Shania Twain. Not much in between, I don't think. If there's anyone any good, I'll be reporting on there. Don't you worry about that. That's what I use it for. I'll tell you what I think, rightly or wrongly.